Hey everybody, Dimitri here with Serg Supply, and today, talking about toilets. Let's dig right in.
Audio Jungle.
Hey, before we dig into the toilet boxes and the new product line, I quickly want to say thank you for watching our YouTube video. Thank you for supporting the channel, and if you're watching this now, you can use the code YT5 on our website for a discount on your order. This is a code exclusively for YouTube viewers, so take advantage of it if you're thinking about purchasing. Let's get back into the crap boxes. You never thought you'd see the day that our ugly universal bench cabinets transformed into something different. Just kidding. The universal bench cabinets did not die. They still exist, but due to overwhelming demand, we have created standalone toilets. Now these can be bought on our site as just single standalone units, or we can pair it with another storage compartment for something a little different. Before I get into all of the features on these, I want to quickly explain why there was a need for this cabinet and why it may be a good fit for you. In the past, there are roughly 4 different types of toilet systems out there on the market. The first one would be something on a slider rail type system, and that was all good and well, but it really only works well if you're building it on an extrusion aluminum frame or if you have a aluminum welded frame put together. But even those have their downsides. The reason I bring this up is actually really important in how and why we designed the cabinets the way they are. Slides would work really, really well, and this is feedback from customers, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. This is not my experience directly, but slides over time would warp or bend. If you put heavy-duty pull-out locking slides on wooden cabinets, the slides might do just fine, but the screws that go into the cabinet from the sides, those guys will loosen up over time. So you get a really, really good performing toilet for a couple months, but then the longevity is not so great. Things loosen up over time, and even aluminum, as rigid as it is, it does also soften up over time. So for the slide system, that was not an option for us. We were not going to go that route again, and we weren't going to add a whole bunch of cost adding expensive hardware to that toilet style. Style number 2 is toilets that just sit inside of a bench like our universal bench, but you got to pull them out every single time you have to use them. Kind of defeats the purpose of having a toilet in the van. If you need to use it in an emergency, chances are you may not have time to pull the thing out, get it all staged, and use it. So that also wasn't a good idea. Style number 3, the good old Home Depot bucket with a hole cut in a lid. Not ideal. Maybe for single guys or bachelors out there, that'd be a great option for a quick number 2, but for anybody with a wife, girlfriend, or kids, not the best option. And number 4, last but not least, still my preferred method, but not a good fit for most people, is to just grab a shovel and go outside. Kind of a pain in the butt. And if you're buying shovels made for the van space, there's a 900% markup on them, so throw that one out the window. Those are the reasons why we settled on this design. Let's open up a couple of these and talk a little bit more about what makes these special. Okay, let's talk about this first box here. I want to make a brief mention that there are 2 different boxes. They're for different toilets. This first one is for the Thetford Porta Potty. I think it's the 365. This toilet's very affordable. This is the budget version. It's only a few $100s, and it's a pretty solid toilet, although I will mention, I think this one's only meant for number 1. So this is going in our shop van because I have a active bladder, and if I'm going on a long road trip, when I break the seal, man, I'm getting on and off this thing many times. So this is a great fit for those who don't want to blow a bunch of money on a toilet and may still want to use the shovel for the number 2s. Let me show you what makes this box special. Rolling right out the gate, it comes with a lid. If you're going to do pre-finished maple, the lid will match the box. If you're doing stealth, it's going to be stealth and stealth. And if you're doing stealth plus bamboo, you get this stealth plus bamboo accent. Now, the way this works is you grab on the handle and you open this, and this section here that's held on with embedded magnets will fold back so it doesn't go into your back when you're using the dang thing. So this opens up, gets out of the way, and as you saw in the beginning of the video, when my big expletive was on this, there's plenty of space. There is a relief cut here so that your legs can comfortably sit on this thing and you don't feel this digging into your leg the whole time. And then when you're done doing your business, you can flush the thing. And for this toilet in particular, the way to flush is to open this little hatch, grab the handle, and give it a nice pull. Now, on the inside, can't really see it, there is a frame that holds this toilet perfectly in place. So there's no vibrations, thing does not move, it doesn't rattle around, it's just a nice snug fit and a comfortable use. And then when you're done with it, you just flip this thing down, the magnets will catch the front plate, sits on rubber bump stops, And now you've just got yourself a nice functioning bench. This here is for the Trekker. We'll have links to the toilets on our website, but same basic function for this toilet. It's got the same lid with the folding mechanism here. This one has a piston to help hold the door up in place. This is the fancy toilet. It has a separate lid that stores inside. Let me see if I can pull this out. There you go. Separate lid that stores inside should you need to take it out for whatever reason. And then there's also the bottom tray that sits inside of here as well. We just tucked them out of the way for now. This is the bougie toilet. This one's a little more pricey, but this one's really cool because what it does is you can do number 1 or number 2, and a bag seals, an airtight seal around your business, and it just drops it on a tray out of the bottom, which you can fetch through here where I have the power supply currently stuffed. It all happens underneath here. So you can kind of just flush it, leave it under there if you don't want to deal with it, and when the time's right, you open up this hatch and you dispose of the evidence. Now, this guy comes with its own handle. It comes with Velcro on the back. It's really up to you where you apply it. I just decided to put it here, but this thing's really neat. It has a flush button. You can change the film. Overall, it's a really neat toilet, and it sits very comfortably inside of this enclosure. Again, no rattling. Everything's nice and snug, excuse me. And just like with the other toilet, when you're done doing your business, you put this right back, and now you've got a functioning bench ready to hold your bosom now that it's dropped a few pounds. Now that we've talked about how the toilets function, how they work, I just want to quickly touch base again. Those 4 methods of use, they aren't the best, and maybe someone will come up with a better way to house a toilet, but for now, this is what we got. This is based entirely off of customer feedback, and so far the responses have been very positive. Of course, we're going to use this in our show van, so if you're doing the show circuit this year, feel free to head to any of the expos we'll be attending, and we'd love to show you this thing. Maybe not in action, I won't do that for you, but I will let you look at it, and I'll make sure it's clean and empty when you come on by. But let's talk a little bit about why you might want a second piece here and why we're doing something a little bit different in our van. So whether or not you use a double bench will be entirely dependent on your space. If you have a Sprinter 170, a Transit 148 extended, or a ProMaster 159 extended, well, you have an abundance of room for this toilet bench. The main reason we put benches in our vans, aside from housing toilets or storage, is actually to climb in and out of the bed. Most of the beds that we sell are either a universal bed system or a Murphy bed system. They're a little bit taller, and as much as you like to think you're athletic and you're gonna have no problem jumping in and out, I'll tell you, and my knees will confirm, it wears on you over time. So having something to step on to climb in and out of your bed is a benefit, and if you're going to pair this next to a taller sink or a kitchen unit, you've got a little bit more privacy than you would have putting this in your slider door. Now, you're more than welcome to mount this in the center of the slider and get yourself in jail for indecent exposure. That was just a joke. Please don't do that. But I would recommend tucking this thing between cabinets, or for a Sprinter 144, a Transit 148, or a ProMaster 136/159 where you have limited space. This does really well up against the passenger side wall, so it slightly hangs out of the slider, or between a smaller kitchen on the driver's side wall. So generally, that's what we use it for. Again, think of that second purpose. Don't just see it as a toilet. Also think of it as a step potentially if you're going to do a taller bed inside of your rig. Now, the reason we are doing a standalone bench in our show van, just in case you're interested, is because we're going to have a second JMG captain's chair for a 3rd seat in the back. That thing is removable, and we may not use it all the time, but some of the staff here have a child that they want to take out on their adventure, and if they're not really feeling like taking a child out on an adventure, well, they can just take the seat out. But if we have that seat in the back, or second row seating in just about any Sprinter, Transit, ProMaster, you name it, this double bench setup, if we had 2 of these to total 40 inches, it's going to take quite a bit of real estate. So what we're opting to do is to make 2 separate benches, one for the toilet, one for general storage, and when we put that 3rd seat in, we're going to pull out the little modular part in the front. So the toilet will always be there, the little extra section is going to go. So if you have a second row seat, you're thinking about putting in folding or stationary rotating JMG second row style seating, something to consider. Maybe the full 40-inch is not the right fit for you, just something to think about. If you're curious on dimensions, this toilet was set to a height, well, actually both of these boxes for their respective toilets were intentionally set to a height of 18 inches. It is generally 20 inches for a bench. However, the feedback we got from most people is they put a cushion on. That cushion will range anywhere from 2 to 4 inches. And if you're ever on a 20-inch tall bench with a 4-inch cushion, well, you start feeling less like a grown man and more like a child because your feet are kind of swinging wildly. So 18 inches is our Goldilocks zone. That's what we kept it at. The width of these is just over 20 inches, and the depth is 20 for the smaller porta potty, the Thetford, and 22 inches for this wrap-on. So keep that in mind if you're planning your space. The bougier toilet takes up a little bit more of both a financial and physical footprint in your van. And there it is, folks. This video was short and sweet. It's very exciting for us to roll out new products, mostly because we're not coming up with these on the fly. These are purely built on suggestions from our customers who use this stuff day in, day out. So thank you to all of you who have contributed. You probably are watching this on a toilet right now. Hopefully, the next video, you'll be sitting on one of ours. But in any case, if you haven't already, I would love to invite you personally to join our Facebook group, facebook.com/Serg Supply. It's a safe space for you to share photos, videos of your build. Doesn't even have to be our own stuff. And ultimately, we want you to be able to provide your experiences, your feedback, and maybe suggestions for improvement. And the main goal for our group is to tell the next guy how you did it, what you did right, what you did wrong, and make their process cheaper, quicker, and a little bit safer. So with that, I thank you for watching this full video. As always, I appreciate you, and happy building.